Who had more impact? The NBA has an inflation problem, and it's leaking into the triple doubles. I mean, just the other day, Jokic had a 30, 20, and 20 game. For the record, it was actually 31, 21, and 22.
It's like watching a video game out here.
I mean, yo, every point, every assist, every rebound counts. It's just that 30, 20, and 20 sounds better, and it was historic. But no, wait a minute. That boy in Milwaukee, the freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I used to say nobody's going to get this guy's name right. Nobody's going to be able to get his name. But if you're good enough, people will figure out how to spell and pronounce your name to the letter. And Giannis is beyond good enough. This man dropped 35, 17, and 20 in regulation. So now we got to ask ourselves, which one had more impact? I would be remiss not to notice how there's way less media coverage for Giannis's numbers versus Jokic. Again, both of them have never been done before in NBA history. Until Jokic hit 30, 20, and 20, it had never been done before. And now Giannis with this 35, 17, and 20, it's never been done before. Historic, and yet the media coverage feels a little lopsided. Could it be that the overwhelming narrative is still more powerful than the actual fact? This is why you and me, we got to look into these facts. We got to dig into these numbers and really analyze which one had more impact. Now, for the record, I got to say, both these guys are incredible. Both these stat lines are things I never thought were possible. It says a lot about us and where we're at in the game right now. Let's look at Jokic. Now, Jokic, when he dropped the 31, 21, 22, it was in overtime. So the game had extra time. He also was playing the Phoenix Suns. These guys could not plug up a runny nose if their lives depended on it. Which is crazy to say because honestly, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Please don't come for me. But at the beginning of the season, I actually thought that Mike Budenholzer had these guys playing some good team defense. I was like, yo, maybe their size won't be as big of an issue as I thought it would be. But that didn't last at all. They showed who they really were. And their defense fell through the sewer. So of course, a guy like Nikola Jokic sees that these guys are on the calendar and he's licking his chops. Now, if we look at the entire stat line, Jokic played 45 minutes that game because, again, there was overtime. He had 31 points, 21 rebounds, 22 assists, 3 steals, 0 blocks. He shot 13 of 22, 59.1%, damn near 60%. Incredibly efficient. And then Jokic was also 3 for 7 from 3, 42.9%. And he only shot 2 for 3 from the free throw line. That's crazy for regulation and overtime. So in total, he was 66.5 true shooting percentage. Also 4 turnovers. He ended with a +8 box score. So, I mean, this is pretty on brand for Nikola Jokic. An offensive demon. No blocks, a couple steals, not many offensive rebounds. But regardless, incredible mind-numbing performance from Nikola Jokic. And if we look at some of the best plays of that night, you will see why. Like, look at that three-pointer. Plumlee is sagging off him and then realizes Jokic is at the three-point line that has to run back. But he's such a mismatch for damn near everybody in the league because he isn't quick, but his shooting touch is so much better than the overwhelming majority of centers. So what are you going to do? You're going to stay with him out on the three-point line? If he wants to, he can shoot over you. But a lot of times he'll just pick you apart with the pass because he is the best passer in the NBA. Center, point guard, I don't care. The best passer in the NBA is Nikola Jokic. So Plumlee he was a fish out of water. He didn't know what to do. And so he tried to run to the rim because he's probably used to that. That's instinct. Then he realizes, oh, shoot. This is Nikola Jokic. Tries to get back three-point line. It's too late. Bottom. And speaking of like how Jokic isn't like a physical specimen by any means in the imagination, even though he is, because most people don't grow to be 7 feet tall, but he's just not athletic. However, on that play, he made Plumlee look super slow. And he's kind of deceptive with that sort of like stop, sort of he's lethargic. Even his facial expressions are kind of just like, oh, like I don't really care to be here, you know? And then he just, and Plumlee was caught sleeping. And he was just there making the turn already. He made a layup super easily. Westbrook, that's a nice assist, no problem. It's all IQ. Jokic's IQ is just one of the best in the league. It's all IQ, high IQ plays. So yeah, Jokic had a triple-double by basically the top of the third quarter. And if you see that offensive rebound he just got, it was over Bol. And that just goes to show, like, Phoenix just had no answers for him. He's way too big. He's way too physical for any of their players. Plumlee is the best in terms of physical matchup between him, but he's definitely not as smart on the court. And offensively, he has nothing for him. And on these rebounds, Jokic just took complete advantage because whenever they put Bol in or they had tried to put KD on him or whatever, it's like these guys are way too thinny. They're like sticks compared to Jokic. So as soon as he gets down low anywhere, he's just barbecue chicken every time. He just had his way with them, hence the stat line. But I digress. Nice little steal for Jokic. That's probably going to be one of the very few defensive plays you'll see in this highlight reel because Jokic is not a great defender. He's not a good rim protector, and a lot of times he doesn't even try on defense. But what he does do well is steals. I'm not really sure why. I'm trying to figure it out. He has long arms, but he's a very slow guy. However, I think it's his IQ. He really reads the game very, 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 very well. Yeah, there's a lot of varies, but he probably needs 10 more varies. That's how good he reads the game. And because of that, he kind of knows, like, oh, where you're going to pass it. He reads your eyes well. He reads the body language well. And I think that's why he's always able to put his hands in the right places at the right times, getting in the passing lanes and stealing the ball just like how he did just now. However, I hate to break it to you, being somebody who steals the ball very well does not make you a great defender. Allen Iverson led the league in steals 3 times. And would you put him top 10 in the best defensive players in the NBA? I certainly would not. And I love Allen Iverson. He's one of my favorite players ever. But steals is a part of the game, and it is a part of defense. However, you can be a poor defender and still get a lot of steals. And I think that's Jokic's situation. And on this play, he definitely displayed why he's among the best in steals this season. Assist number 20 by Jokic.
That might have been the game, that offensive rebound right there, if they score here. And they will! Jokic with assist number 20!
Again, he's just looking like a quarterback. He's pointing to the three-point line. They get a switch that they want. And then Plumlee is just way too slow to recover back to the net. He throws the pass over. Obviously, the ball is going to move faster than any player ever can. This was just an IQ play. Phoenix also just looks slow and tired. And they just look garbage because they are garbage. And Jokic seems to pick apart garbage teams. They went on a long streak crushing teams, and everybody was like, oh, are the Nuggets, are they turning into a championship level team, blah, blah, blah. And then Jokic was in a post-game saying,
We had a nine game winning streak against teams that were injured, and their teams were not really good or high on the standings, so maybe we trick ourselves.
Like, he even knows that when it comes to garbage teams, they destroyed them. As they should. But then when it comes to teams that are at their level or beyond, they show why they shouldn't be really taken seriously. So again, great pass, high IQ play, an amazing stat line from Jokic, historic. But now let's look at Giannis Antetokounmpo. You hear that? That's the media coverage. Because barely anybody's talking about this guy's incredible stat line the other night. Y'all better put some respect on Giannis's name. The guy's having an MVP season. I know there's SGA and I know there's Jokic, but Giannis is having an MVP level season. And this game right here is the icing on the cake. So in Giannis's last game versus the Philadelphia 76ers, Giannis dropped 35 points, 17 rebounds, and 20 assists. He had 2 steals, no blocks, 2 turnovers, 1 of 1 from 3, 10 of 11 from the free throw line. And if y'all know Giannis, him being that efficient from the free throw line, that deserves a round of applause. He also shot 12 of 19 for a 63.2 field goal percentage. And again, 1 of 1 from 3. So that was 100% from 3, but he only took 1 of them, which is good for Giannis. He shouldn't be taking too many anyways. But man, 90.9% from the free throw line with a true shooting percentage of 73.4%. 2 offensive rebounds, because offensive rebounds are also harder to come by. 15 defensive rebounds. He had 2 turnovers, so that's 2 less than Jokic, and a plus 23 for box plus minus. Now, I don't know if it's because people just love round numbers. He only had 17 rebounds instead of 20 rebounds, but he did this in regulation. And again, Jokic had the short overtime quarter to add even more to those stats. I mean, if he didn't have the overtime, we probably wouldn't be talking about the stat line because it would have probably finished around, 30, 15, and 18 or something like that, which would still be stupid, but it wouldn't be the 30, 20, and 20 that everyone's talking about. At the end of the day, both these guys played incredible, but let's really look at some of Giannis's best plays. First quarter, that was the 1-3 that Giannis shot, and he drained it. Makes perfect sense why he took it. 3 seconds left in the shot clock. He passed it to Taurean Prince. He was the initial guy to take that shot. Missed the shot. Giannis had 3 seconds left. Put up the shot because that's what you should do in a situation like that. And he buried it. Great IQ play by Giannis. Way to look at the clock. Way to be aware. And way to drain the shot. And it's also great that he didn't fall in love with that shot, because if he did, stat line might have looked a lot different. But I digress. Second quarter, again, another great assist by Giannis. He knows that he demands a lot of respect on the offensive side of the court. Dribbles in. As close as he gets to the paint, as much as they allow him before the double starts to close in on him. As the double starts to close in on him, he immediately just does a nice little bounce pass into the paint. Easy layup. I haven't watched any real Bucks basketball this season because I think this team isn't going anywhere. So I don't know. Y'all tell me, has he been passing like this all year? Because I'm really impressed. That behind the back was pretty. I mean, I've probably seen him do that in an all-star game. Giannis is out there looking like Magic Johnson. Shoo! Like, what? Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, you expect the dominance on the offensive end. You expect him to just have his way and dunk on people. Sometimes he even hits some threes sometimes, but I didn't expect this sort of passing from him. And I mean, since Dame has gone down with blood clots, which is unfortunate, let's pray for a full recovery for Dame Lillard. But I guess Giannis just took over, and he's really dishing and diming and making a real effort to do so. And it's looking really good. I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to sustain this at all. Come playoffs, the Bucks are cooked, I'm sorry to say. But this looks really good from Giannis. I'm really impressed by those dishes, and it showed in the stat line.
They're starting to show
You're seeing them.
signs of what they have been here of late.
This is the team that's lost, 9 in a row.
Okay. This yo, were you looking this? I was looking that way. And Giannis said, yeah, look over here. Cross court, swing pass into the corner, on the money, 3, splash. That was a high-level pass. That's not an easy pass to pull off. And Giannis did that with finesse. Yo, I must say, and Giannis has been having an MVP-level year, like I've said, for the entire season. It's just that SGA has been having an even better year, and then Jokic has been having an even better year. So it's just unfortunate that they're all playing at such a high clip at the same time. Because if this was any other season, this would be Giannis's MVP. Games like this, where he is passing the ball like this, icing on the cake. But let's look at a couple more. Again, on brand for Giannis, you don't even really blink your eyes when you see him do this. One-on-one defense, come on. Barbecue chicken. Nothing more to see here. And that move might have been even more impressive than the dunk. I mean, dunks are flashier, I guess. But that footwork in tight space, there's 3 guys closing in on him in the paint, and he's a big guy. For him to just do that nice little pirouette, that ballerina, spin around and lay it in for 2 just like that, that isn't easy to do, especially when, again, there's 2 other defenders that are closing right in on him. If he spends a millisecond longer with the ball in his hands, those guys have him right there trapped. I mean, the 76ers are banged up. These are all bench guys. But again, it's 3-on-1, and they can't get the ball out of Giannis's hand. He gets in the paint and scores at will. This is just like, ugh. But it goes to show you, really good players against garbage teams, they're going to have their way. Same thing happened with Jokic in Phoenix, and Giannis is doing it again right here. So I got to say, yes, Jokic's passes were great in that highlight reel, but it might be 2 things. Giannis is not known for his great passing, or maybe he hasn't been a great passer until now. I don't know. But 2, he is giving some dimes out here. They had him blocked up on the baseline. 2 players on him, trapped, suffocating. And he made such a beautiful cross-court pass. It wasn't too high. Taurean Prince had to, shift to his left a little bit, but not really to catch that. What a pass, Giannis. If he can pass out of double teams like this on a regular basis, bro, I mean, he's already a problem. I can't even say he's going to be. He's already a problem, but, bro, he's just adding another layer to his game. I mean, Jokic does this on a regular basis. He is a wizard at passing out of double teams. Luka's really good at it too. I've never seen Giannis execute it at this high of a level in my life. Yo, the dive to Kuzma. His hands are so big and his arms are so long that he wraps the ball around your body, still palming it, and then he just flicks the wrist and directs the pass to wherever he wants to put it. And in that case, it went right to Kuzma. He's under the rim. Easy 2 points. And then this again, bringing the ball up half court. One guy on him. Nice little crossover tween. Goes to the right side. And then the Euro step back through. Easy layup. These guys are bench warmers. They have no chance against Giannis, and he's just carving them up. Now, of course, he has bigs on him. Yabusele, he wouldn't do the same thing if he had actual point guard on him. But damn, bro. Nice little crossover on Yabusele. Yabusele's nice, by the way. I like him. And then when the whole team gets sucked in, kick it out to Kuzma. Easy, free, open jumper. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with this Giannis Antetokounmpo performance. 20 assists is not easy to come by nobody. I don't give a damn if it's an inflation period of the NBA or not. It's still not easy for it to come by. Giannis put the team on his back after they lost Damian Lillard. Bobby Portis was already gone earlier in the season, and he has to become like one of the primary facilitators. I mean, he always was the type of guy to bring the ball up and break down the defense as best he could, but he clearly has taken it to another level right now, and I'm impressed. Not only is he a defensive threat, he's really solid on defense. Blocks shots, even though he didn't have any blocks in this game. He's a good rim protector. But his facilitating, I didn't see this coming. I didn't. And to do this in regulation, to me, they're both super impressive. Y'all let me know in the comments below what y'all think. Is it Jokic that you think had a more of an impactful stat line? Or is it Giannis who had a more impactful stat line? Or do you think I should shut up and just enjoy both of them? I completely understand if you're telling me shut up and just smell the roses. I get it. But both of these performances were incredible. And I'm just annoyed that the media isn't blowing up Giannis's performance and giving it the attention that it deserves, because it was historic and we're probably not going to see anything like it until next week. Let's be honest, because right now we're in the inflation period of the NBA, and honestly, everybody's getting insane stats every week, every month. So yeah, but for now, for the next little bit, I'm going to really enjoy that Giannis 35, 17, and 20. Stupid numbers. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Which stat line do you think is more impactful? And until next time.